Lame Truth here, and what you are seeing is, I think, the greatest match of Conquest ever recorded. I'm joking, but this is an incredible gameplay I got, and I'm not going to spoil who wins or loses, but what a match. This is the most fun I've had on FPS since XDefiant shut down, bar none. And I've been slowly getting better at Battlefield 6. I haven't played FPS since XDefiant announced its shutdown, so about a year now. And I also have not played a Battlefield game really since Battlefield 1. So this was kind of my coming out party. I'm like, okay, I'm improving now. This is great. One thing that's not improving though, sadly, is whatever Call of Duty is doing. This is going to be a weird commentary because it's going to be part like gameplay commentary, just talking about Battlefield 6. And it's going to be part like what in the hell is happening to Call of Duty right now. In fact, I just want to ask before I really get into the meat and potatoes, are you guys even gonna bother with Black Ops 7? Please answer in the comment section below. I'm just kind of curious here. I'm trying to run a little experiment, a little poll. Answer honestly before I really get into the nitty gritty here, because I kind of want unbiased answers, and there's no wrong answer here. I mean, my last commentary about skill-based matchmaking going away got me a little bit excited, at least for the time being, but I'm just kind of curious. So without further ado, you can answer that question in the comment section below, and I am gonna prepare my thesis, my eulogy here, because quite frankly, I got a lot I want to get off my chest. So I really want to start this commentary off with a question. How did I see all of this coming? How did like one guy, I'm just one guy. I am one guy. I am nothing special. I am just a single individual that happened to start a YouTube channel a long time ago. How did I see all of this coming? I mean, I've called it pretty much every step of the way. How did I see it all coming? And yet, thousands upon thousands, possibly even hundreds of thousands of commenters, viewers, content creators, businessmen, etc. You know, how did all of these people not see what we are experiencing right now coming? And this isn't me like saying, hey, I call everything right and I am just a soothsayer. It's not that at all. In fact, I will happily admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong about Battlefield 2042 being good at launch. I mean, straight up. I was wrong about XDefiant lasting a long time. That was just blind hopium because Ubisoft is, well, there's no nice way to put it. They are dumb and poor. But my track record speaks for itself, and you know this. I call stuff out, like my Black Ops 6 initial review. I've hated on that game since the beta. I said it's fucking terrible. What is wrong with the people glazing this pile of shit, right? And then, like, everyone's against, not everyone's against me, but a good portion of the community are against me and saying, nah, dude, Black Ops 6 is great. And then 6 months later, everyone that hated on me for that opinion are saying exactly what I'm saying. Every single time. Also, I don't know why I cannot shoot through these fire escape stairs with this fucking M60. Maybe I need that penetration ammo or whatever. Regardless though, let me show you something though. As far as me calling things before they happen, let me show you the best example I can show you. I get we have some new viewers here, so you probably missed this one, but you gotta see this. Check this out.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised right now if Activision is in such bad shape over this. Their stock price tanks even more. It's in like a year downtrend right now, 6-month year downtrend. If it tanks even more and then like they just fold or Microsoft or something buys them, this is pathetic.
Yeah, I somehow called the Microsoft buyout before it happened. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know if that was sent that in a dream or what. I think that was just complete dumb blind luck. But I saw exactly where the company was going. I'm like, they're probably going to want to sell because they just released one of the worst selling Call of Duties ever with Vanguard. I mean, I think it still sold decently well as far as games go, but for Call of Duty, it was considered an internal failure. The point of this is, though, is that I have somehow called it every step of the way, and I have to call it yet again. Since Battlefield 6 has come out, have you guys noticed that absolutely no one is talking about Call of Duty? Absolutely no one. And for good reason. Battlefield 6 is fun. It's a good first-person shooter. It feels like a return to form. It's not perfect, but man, the game's fucking fun. Everyone that is a fan of FPS is playing it, and most people posting about it on YouTube are getting good views. Listen, when you continually fuck over your player base, when you continually fuck over your content creators, when you tell your content creators to hop off zombies because we need you on Verdansk, and you awkwardly touch their shoulder and passive-aggressively tell them to stop streaming the content that they're fucking known for at your own event, maybe, just maybe, those same content creators will not want to fuck with your dying game. And I'm not saying this to be mean, I'm not saying this as hyperbole, and with my track record, being right so much, take what I'm about to say very seriously here. Call of Duty is so fucking dead that anyone that depends on it for an income source, if you want to post about it on YouTube, you are setting your channel up to fucking die. Maybe the zombies community will be alright, but the multiplayer and Warzone community, I think you are on a path to self-destruction. I think, even with the changes to matchmaking, SBMM, whatever, I think it is just too far gone, but I'm just being 100% honest with you. And if you can appreciate that, drop a like on this video. I'd appreciate it, because that's what I try to be. That's why I am as successful as I am, is because I just get up here and I try to be fucking honest with you. Whether you like it or not, I don't really give a fuck if people like it or not. I just sit up here and I try to tell the truth, and I try to speak my mind, and I try to tell you where things are going to be going based on deductive reasoning and logic, and you know what I mean? So let me tell you this right now. These SBMM changes to the multiplayer, I mean, it's just too little too late. I truly don't think they can do anything to salvage what they have done to the community. When the SBMM changes were announced for the full release title, at first, I was pretty happy, actually. I felt like I accomplished something, at least, by speaking out against it for the past 6 years. But the problem is that it was like, for a day, I was kind of happy. And I played the beta still with that no SBMM playlist, and I'm like, yeah, this is okay. I think I gave it a 6 or a 7 out of 10. We'll meet in the middle and say the multiplayer with no SBMM was a 6.5 out of 10. So why is it not higher than that? Like, why did I not rate it higher than that? And I had to really think about it. And I figured out the reason. It is just too motherfucking late. It reminds me of the fire department coming to put out a house fire. And when they get there early and they're able to save everyone inside, and they're able to put out the fire before it does irreparable damage, that is very, very good. And you might go back to living in that house after you get some repair work done, some warranty work done, some insurance work done, whatever. But the problem with this is that this house has been perpetually on fire for way too long. The fire department shows up, and there's maybe one survivor out of a family of like 9 inside this burning house, and everything is just burned to ash, and there's maybe like one room still left with one person inside, and the fire department gets there and they save that one person, but the person that gets rescued notices something off about these firemen. One fireman has Popeye's biscuit crumbs in his beard. Another one smells of cheap gin. Another one smells like skunky weed. And the person that gets saved realizes that they could have been there so much sooner. They let their family in this fire suffer because of their own negligence, incompetence, and laziness. Guys, we as a community are that survivor that got rescued at the last minute. Everyone else is long gone. And that, I think, is almost the perfect metaphor. And again, if that is a good metaphor, like this video, comment, whatever, get this out there, because holy fucking shit, I can't think of a better way I personally feel about this franchise now. And I think it's not just me, I think it's across the board. I feel like with this particular video, yes, it's a great Battlefield 6 gameplay. And yes, I will talk about the gameplay more a little later. But it's also like a eulogy for Call of Duty. I mean, I have gathered screenshots. I have gathered evidence to show you guys that is going to absolutely blow your mind. Like, it's unreal. This is the same game I saw about a year ago. Now it's just like people are over it. And after a brief word from this video sponsor, I am going to show you guys just the craziest shit you have ever seen. If I showed you this a year ago, before Black Ops 6 came out, if I was from the future, you wouldn't have believed me. You simply would not have believed me. And you're also not going to believe what I'm about to say about Big Pharma. The Swamp and their allies in Big Pharma know this. A healthy, energized population is harder to control. That's why unelected bureaucrats at the FDA have made stem cell therapies practically impossible to access in the US. And this isn't because they don't work, it's because they work too well, and that is not good for Big Pharma. If you don't know, stem cells are like tiny repair crews in your body that go and fix things that need to be fixed. Whether it's in your heart, your liver, your skin, it fixes everything. And you know who's been ahead of the curve the whole time? Joe Rogan. Check this out.
I've had a bunch of surgeries that I avoided where the doctor's like, you're gonna need surgery. And I was like, are you fucking sure? I wound up getting stem cells in my back. I had bulging discs.
What did you do?
Decompression, stem cells. Fixed it. I have zero
Really?
problems. Zero problems with my neck. Zero problems with my shoulder. I had a full-length rotator cuff tear in my shoulder. And they were like, you're gonna need surgery. 100%. And I went back to the doctor 6 months later. It's like, this is fucking crazy. Like, that tear doesn't exist anymore.
The FDA has blocked these treatments. As a result, people are forced to go overseas just to get access to their own biology. And it's expensive. Some of these injections can run you up to $50K, which is ridiculous. But here's what most people don't know. There's a natural way to support your own stem cell activity, and it comes from high flavanol cocoa. Harvard scientist Dr. William Li backs this up.
Wait a minute, this is a big one. Chocolate regenerates stem cells?
All chocolate has some cacao in it, except for white chocolate. Cacao actually comes from a plant. Studies have been done to show that the flavanols in cocoa stimulate stem cells to come out of your bone marrow like bees in a beehive in your bloodstream, and they go out and they find wherever it needs to be repaired. If it's in your heart, they'll fix it. If it's in your liver, they'll fix it. If it's in your skin, they'll fix it. And so we can eat foods like high flavanol cocoa in order to be able to actually get the stem cells to work a little bit better.
Yep, dark chocolate, but here's the thing. Flavanols are the good stuff found in cocoa beans, but they're usually destroyed during the chocolate making process, and that's where my sponsor, Black Forest Supplements, comes in. They've created the first ever high flavanol cocoa powder packed with everything your body actually needs, and it's only 20 calories. I mix it with my coffee, protein shakes, you name it, and it tastes great. This is not regular cocoa, it is stem cell fuel. No sugar, 20 calories. If you feel old, slow, or just off, lazy stem cells might be why. But this, it flips the switch. Studies show over 100% increase in stem cell circulation. Hit up blackforestsupplements.com/COD and you'll get a buy one, get one free promo for the next 48 hours only. Hop on it, guys. All right, pick yourself up some Black Forest supplements. It's good stuff. I absolutely love it. You know what else I love? I love the fact that since I have been so right so much with calling everything, I seem to have some sort of seniority now with my complaints. One of my big complaints with Battlefield 6, probably my biggest complaint actually, is that I cannot see. Like, that's my biggest complaint. I think the visibility is really bad. The devs have addressed this and acknowledged this, but also the Battlefield community. I want to give you guys a shout out. I know Nero just made a video trashing a lot of the Battlefield community because a vocal minority just don't want certain problems, like objective problems, to be fixed. But at least in my comments section, it's not really like that. Most of you guys actually gave me a lot of tips to improve visibility. One of the biggest tips, which is an obvious one, is that I need to just upgrade to like 1440p or an OLED monitor or something. So I did that, which is why you're seeing this particular commentary in 1440p. And I gotta say, My 1080p IPS 24-inch monitor, it does not hold a candle to this one I have right now. So thank you for that. I mean, it's a very obvious thing, and yeah, I had to spend like $600, but it was a good solution. So overall, my experience with the Battlefield community has been pretty positive. I think like it's like 90% cool people, nice people, and then like 10% just bad eggs is how I typically see it. And I bring this up because it's just night and day from the COD community. And I want to show you bits and pieces from the Call of Duty community here, at least what's left, because it is shocking. It's like seeing a once great city that has been bombed and war-torn and ravaged. Look at this. Last night, I hopped on the Black Ops 7 subreddit, one of two, and I'll show you both of these. And this is the only discussion. Just these stupid fucking monster codes. People just dropping the stupid codes they get from their Monster Energy cans, which is kind of bad because it shows that people don't want them. People do not care to even keep the double XP codes they get. They're just giving them away to the people on the subreddits. Like they prefer Monster over Call of Duty. And on top of that, if we actually look at the numbers here, the numbers for the Black Ops 7 subreddit. I mean, there's technically two. There's COD Black Ops 7, which I am mysteriously banned from, so that must be the official one because they carry over bans. By the way, I've never said anything there worthy of a ban, so I don't know if I could talk to Reddit about this because the last thing I posted on a Call of Duty subreddit was like a bug thing, a bug report for Cold War, and they banned me for that, and they've banned me ever since then. I'm pretty sure that's against TOS because I wouldn't even say anything there anyway. It just shows that they're giant fucking pussies, but whatever. Regardless, the one that says r/Black Ops 7, I am not banned on, but the point is if you combine both of these numbers together, that's what, like 15,000 members total? I mean, I don't know what to say other than that is absolutely fucking pathetic. There is zero hype for this game, and I'm not just saying that to be funny. I'm not just saying that for views or to be eccentric or to be outlandish and over-exaggerate things. The game is fucking dead, guys. Call of Duty as a whole, not even just Black Ops 7, I think Call of Duty as a whole is just fucking dead. When Battlefield 6 came out, I think a lot of people thought that it would be good competition and we would get, you know, a back and forth between the two. But as it stands, Battlefield 6 sold over 7 million copies in like 3 days so far. And it doesn't appear like Call of Duty is putting up a fight whatsoever. It really does not. It seems like they're just rolling over, assuming the fetal position, and preparing for death. And if you think that's extreme, if you think that's insane to say, I have more evidence. I have more proof of that. And we are going to check it right now. I took all of these screenshots around 2 a.m. EST last night on a Sunday, I believe it was. And this is probably the most equal comparison I can show you. This is the Battlefield subreddit. It has 1.9 million people on it. But at the time of this, 2 a.m., 316,000 people were browsing and on the Battlefield subreddit. And this is for all Battlefield games. So this is an apples to apples comparison, what I'm going to show you. Now, seeing these numbers here on the right, let's take a look at the Call of Duty. Just Call of Duty, and this is every single one of them, and they have more games. But this is the Call of Duty subreddit. Reddit does this weird thing now, where if the stats of a subreddit are so low, like as far as currently browsing or whatever, then it removes like how many followers there are. I think for r/Call of Duty, it's about 1.5, 1.7 million. It's 1 million something total members like following it or whatever. But things have gotten so bad that Reddit started doing this thing where it just shows weekly visitors. 218,000 weekly visitors on r/Call of Duty, and weekly contributions 4,001K. I can't even see how little people there are browsing this subreddit because the numbers are so low. It's just some new thing they started to do. But as a direct comparison again, we can compare the weekly visitors, 218,000, to the 316,000 that were on that subreddit at that moment in time. There are more people on the r/Battlefield subreddit at 1 minute in a single day than there are on r/Call of Duty in an entire week. This isn't a fight. This is just a burial. Guys, I am embarrassed. I'm actually kind of sad that Call of Duty is this down bad. And I'm not even done. I've got more. I've got so much more to show you here. Just direct comparisons that aren't cherry-picked. All this stuff is just, I saw it, I screenshotted it, just to show you apples to apples comparisons. It's so bad. I mean, again, I don't want to see Call of Duty get their ass kicked so much they just quit. And I swear to you, that is the vibe I am getting. Am I alone there? Are you guys, if you're still watching, are you like on board with that? Do you get that feeling as well? It just feels like they're just curling up and dying. They're not putting up a fight at all. They are throwing in the fucking towel. Check this out. This might be the most damning evidence yet. On one of the Black Ops 7 subreddits, this was posted. Keep in mind, these have to be just super fans of Call of Duty. Black Ops 7 fans. Like, if they're on the super dead Black Ops 7 subreddits, they have to be Call of Duty super fans. Straight up. Someone posted this. Do you think BO7 will give Battlefield a run for its money? 0 upvotes. 131 comments. Not even the people on the subreddit are agreeing that this game is going to pose any competition whatsoever. Not only that, but the comments there. You might think that some people are vehemently defending Black Ops 7, but not really. No. Most people are saying what you think they're saying. There are a few people that are making up weird excuses and trying to cope and say that they're not really in competition. It's a completely different player base or whatever, and they're getting downvoted. But other people are being just sensible and logical and realistic, and they're saying stuff like this. It's great that they're finally doing this, changing things that people have complained about. But here's the thing. These guys are 5 to 7 years too late. People have complained about it for so long, and people just had enough and left the series. And I know people defend that kind of matchmaking with excuses like you need to get better or skill issues, but that pretty much results you playing the game in a completely different way. Like, you need to use this sensitivity. You need to use this perk. You need to use this meta gun. You need to move like this. You need to bunny hop around every corner. You need to slide everywhere, etc. He goes on to say, it's just starting to get old. What happened to the fun? The chaos, the experimentation, the variety. That's the kind of magic that made Call of Duty, and I'm just not seeing it. If we compare the player bases on Steam charts, good lord. Again, this was taken at 2 a.m. last night. 21,000 players on Call of Duty. 2 different games, by the way, Black Ops 6 and Warzone, which is free to play, versus Battlefield 6, which not even a competition. In fact, the 24-hour peak of Battlefield 6 is better than Call of Duty's all-time high peak, just in that day. So there's that. Arc Raiders, let's throw that in as well. Just check that out. That's doubling Call of Duty's player count, and I think that'll be a successful game as well. I think Call of Duty just has too much competition right now. For the longest time, they didn't, and they just got fucking lazy, and it's biting them in the ass. But this right here, this has to be the most damning evidence. Check this out. On the r/COD Warzone subreddit, which Warzone is their bread and butter. It's what they put all the love into the past several years, let's be honest. And even that has people dropping like flies. It has never been more over, has it? After WZ1 going into Caldera, during Al Mazrah, during Urzikstan, there were times when the game felt on the decline. Sometimes more, sometimes less. But we'd know Warzone was here to stay, and there was something on the horizon to look forward to. I've been with Warzone since Season 1 in March 2020, through all the ups and downs. But this time it's different, and I'm sure that this is it. It's over. Warzone will die. We had a great run. 759 upvotes. Battlefield 6 hasn't even released their BR yet, and they are absolutely killing Call of Duty in every measurable metric we have covered for the past couple of months, from pre-release to beta and everything in between, and before and after. Battlefield 6 has not just beaten Call of Duty this year, it genuinely feels like they have flat out killed them. And some would say it's entirely deserved, and I'm not going to argue against it. In fact, just as an example, as we transition back into the Battlefield 6 gameplay, there's so much Call of Duty PTSD that we are going to see a ripple effect of its horrible manipulation in FPS games for years to come, whether it dies or it lives. I have several hundred people in my comment section saying that Battlefield 6 has secret SBMM, and I saw the same exact thing when XDefiant came out, and they said no SBMM here, you know. And I played XDefiant for like 500 plus hours. It's why I can still bring you guys gameplay. It's because I have so much gameplay stockpiled. I played the shit out of that game, and this is what I'm talking about. Games like Battlefield 6 and XDefiant and anything else can come out and say there is no SBMM. We don't have it in our game. And people are so scarred. They have such bad legitimate, like this is legitimate PTSD from getting fucked over and lied to and manipulated from these systems, this EOMM engagement optimized system, that they will see it everywhere. Like, this would have never, like, seriously, if XDefiant and Battlefield 6 came out and Call of Duty never did the SBMM thing, no one would say anything. No one would ever even think this stuff. But because they have been scarred by it, they see it everywhere. And it's not their fault. It's not their fault is the thing about it. Like, dude, it's gotten that bad. But that's not all. Listen to what I'm going to say, and you know I'm speaking the truth here. Battlefield 6 fans, Battlefield fans in general, are going to be on edge every single time they drop new stuff in the Battlefield store, by the way. They're going to be on edge that they're going to see Peter Griffin or Miles Davis or, I don't know, Charlie Chaplin or some shit in the store, which will kill the vibe and the feel of Battlefield 6. I kind of wasn't super on board with just how grounded Battlefield 6 was when I first played it initially. Like, to be completely honest with you, I wanted a little bit of arcade flair there. However, I kind of just get it now. Like, I kind of get it. It's really not about stupid skins. Like, Call of Duty is all about play this awful fucking game to unlock this one thing, and it's like the only fun thing in the game. Whereas Battlefield 6 seems more like, hey, the game is just fucking fun, play it. All the other stuff is just extra. All the other stuff is just the cherry on top, the icing on the cake, but the cake itself is why you come to play this game. And I get it now. I completely understand it. I have a good amount of time in the game now. I feel myself improving. I'm about level 30 or 30 something, 32, something like that. And I just get it. Like, this game is so enjoyable to me. And this particular match you're watching, a very close match. And the reason I don't buy any of that SBMM stuff is because it's actually kind of rare to get a game this close in Battlefield. The matchmaking's so quick and the lobbies fill up so fast, there's just no time to match based on skill. It'll try to balance it in the lobby, which is what they've always done, and which is a system that has never, failed to work correctly, even back in the old school Call of Duty days. That is completely fine. Lobby balancing is the way to go. But this particular match right here was so razor close. It was a blast. I had more fun in this match, and I swear to God, this is true. I had more fun in this particular match of Battlefield 6 than I've had on Call of Duty since forever. The last time I had fun on a Call of Duty game, as much as this game, Battlefield 6, and this match, was Black Ops 4 in 2018. Every single Call of Duty after that one has been a colossal pile of steaming putrid, fly-infested goat shit. And on one hand, I am a bit sad that it seems like they're just giving up and dying, because competition is what makes this space good. On the other hand, though, other shooters can come up and just take its place. Competition can still exist in the space without Call of Duty, and I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't even know if I'm gonna bother with Black Ops 7. I feel like I'm just out. But Call of Duty, as it stands right now, October 20th, 2025, seems completely dead. The vibe seems like it's just giving up. I don't know if I'm alone there. Let me know in the comments section below if you feel the same way. But this particular match right here on Battlefield 6, it really did not matter if we won or lost. Like, obviously, my adrenaline's pumping and I want to win. Look how close the match is. The adrenaline's pumping. I want to win. I think I've done a really good job this particular match as a medic. I think I played my medic role very well, which is more satisfying to me than just slaying and getting kills personally. Playing my role well is how I have fun in Battlefield, for example. But it really didn't matter who won or lost. And at the end of this match, in the chat, everyone just said GG, because it was a fun motherfucking game. And the beauty of Battlefield 6 is that during the match, I can chat shit to the enemy team. I can chat shit to my team if I want to. I can say whatever really in the chat, and it's just like the good old days, kind of, where you can say whatever. I called this one dude in chat who was being an asshole, stupid fat boy, which if I said it on Call of Duty, I'd be banned for like a year from chat or some shit. There are so many other issues with COD, other than the matchmaking and other than disbanding lobbies, that they need to address, and they need to start being honest with us. We're at a point where Call of Duty simply cannot come back, I don't think, unless they completely change and they start talking to us like human beings, because it's clear as day that the people in charge, I'm not saying they're the aliens from They Live by any stretch of the imagination, but I think they're legitimately all a bunch of sociopaths, and I think you have to be in that field of just, let's make as much money as fucking possible, regardless of anything else. They couldn't see, somehow I could see, but they couldn't see that they were headed for their own demise. And it's come to fruition. Like, I was right. This one guy in a relatively small home that's just played the series for almost 2 decades now, saw it. But thousands, tens of thousands of suits and people in charge and employees didn't see it. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that don't watch my content and don't follow me and don't like me or whatever, didn't see it coming. And yet I was right. It boggles the mind. It boggles the mind that I, and you guys that watch me and agree with me, saw it coming, and really nobody else did. Like, what makes us different? I don't really get it. Is it because we care? Is it because we have passion? Is it because we are not getting paid by these incredibly rich suit individuals? I don't really know. But regardless, this particular match is coming to a close. Me and my buddy here were just like, wow, what a match. That was the most fun we've had on the game yet. Like, this was the most fun match I personally have had on Battlefield 6 yet. I fucking loved it. I loved how close it was. And I even say in chat there, super fun. So good. And man, what a match. I hope you guys enjoyed this particular gameplay. If you did, drop a like rating. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Peace.